Oh, Mike Grimm, what are we playing today?
It looks like we're playing Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition.
With a special guest.
Hey guys, I'm Derrick Neal. I'm the producer on Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, and I'm going to give you guys a quick little walkthrough of some of the cool stuff that you can find in this game.
Excellent.
And I'm one of those people who missed out on Street Fighter 3 like almost altogether. Like it didn't come to the arcades in my hometown. But Third Strike is what, the quintessential version, the most revered Street Fighter 3?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are in the same boat as you. They played Street Fighter 2, they played Street Fighter 4, but maybe they missed Street Fighter 3, so we're really excited to be able to bring this gem of the fighting game era back. This game has received real critical acclaim from the fighting game community. It's been considered one of the best fighting games that Capcom's ever made, and you know, especially the people within Capcom really feel like we did a really good job with this one. So we're really excited to be able to bring it back to the fans and to kind of update it a little bit so that a new group of consumers can enjoy it.
Yeah, I remember I played it a little bit on the Dreamcast, but like not many of my friends had a Dreamcast back in the day, so it was a little difficult to play people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and also the Dreamcast port wasn't arcade perfect.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it wasn't. It had a lot of different problems. This one, though, is. In fact, this is the most arcade perfect port of this to have ever come to consoles.
Oh, I cannot wait for you to show everybody that. Because I do love, like, aspect ratios get weird when you get into older games, and that's why on the side, I love the creative use of the sidebars where you can see what you've done as you're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So those things on the side are our dynamic challenges. And what those do is they update as you do things. For example, when I throw a fireball, you can see I get the E-Exceptional and the projectile spammer things to update. Those not only keep track of relevant stats like how many times you've thrown people or done fireballs, but they also reward you for hitting certain milestones. And they get more complicated and interesting as the gameplay goes on. You earn vault points for those, which you can use to unlock content. We have hundreds of unlockable pieces of content, which we'll show you a little bit later on.
Yeah, that looked really interesting. But yeah, I absolutely love this. Tiny milestones is what keeps me going nowadays.
Yeah.
Being able to see that on the side.
So, do you think the game looks pretty good on these nice high-res monitors here?
I do. It looks pretty nice on our LED right now.
Yeah, well, you might be interested to know that the game didn't always look like this. We've actually applied some up-resing filters to help make it look so nice on today's modern hardware.
Oh, I love this.
And we've got a lot of different options available. So for example, you can switch between these on the fly as you're playing. And if you don't like our filtering system, you can just turn them off, play the game in its original pixelated glory.
Oh,
so
I
that's
love
available.
it. I love the old pixels.
And obviously, like you said earlier, we've gone to great lengths to preserve the aspect ratio of the original game.
Yeah.
That's why we have those sidebars and stuff. But you know, if you're one of the guys that doesn't like that or doesn't care about that, we also have widescreen mode for you.
Boom.
So there's widescreen mode support. But most of you fans at home probably don't remember the game looking like this.
No.
You probably remember it looking more like this.
I think this is how Grimm would play it. I love this.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So this is our arcade cabinet emulator mode. Makes it look like you're actually playing on an arcade cabinet, bends the screen, applies scan lines, the whole 9 yards. So we have tons of different graphical options available, so you can play this game however you prefer.
I love that. You got the CRT bend, you got the scan lines. I wonder if I pointed a camera at it, would it flicker with white?
So would you guys like to see, I mentioned earlier we've got a giant vault full of unlockables that you use all of these vault points. I got 950 of them available here to spend unlocking stuff for you guys. So how'd you like to see some of the stuff in the vault?
Absolutely.
Sounds nice.
Let's head to the vault.
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier, but we have hundreds of different pieces of unlockables in here. Every one of these little tiles that you see is another category of stuff. And every one of these things is just packed with content. Like if you take a look here, you can see this is just the stuff for Ibuki. And that ranges from art, like, you know, the original sketches and things that have the notes from the actual original artists, to brand new art that's been made just for this game, to fan art that was made just from this game.
Love that.
That's right.
Got out from Capcom Unity, submitted by the community over there.
Yeah, so this piece here, for example, is a piece that was done by one of our Capcom Unity fans and has been included in the game. And it's one of my personal favorites. I really like this one.
Mike Grimm, you got a favorite Street Fighter 3 character?
I'm a Makoto fan personally.
Let's see some Makoto.
So some of the stuff we've got in here that's interesting for Makoto, we actually have full comic books.
Oh, wow.
Drawn by the guys at Udon.
Udon stuff.
Yeah. We've also got art like this piece.
Oh my goodness.
Zoom.
Careful on that zoom.
Yeah. And we've got all the character endings in here as well. So, you know, Makoto's and the other character endings are available.
Right on.
And then
you have the original arcade intros.
we do.
Uh-oh.
So the original intro to the original game
I
is right here. And you can see it being played back on our arcade monitor, bent and distorted there. The whole thing takes a while to play, so I'm going to
So I don't know much about the game, but you know, I do have the soundtrack to this game. Like,
Great
the
soundtrack.
soundtrack is revered amongst VG OST fans.
So speaking of the soundtrack, we have remixed the main menu and the character select music and the character themes, but all of the original music is also still in the game and available if you prefer that. So for example, this is the classic character select music, which you can enable here or just listen to in the vault if you prefer that.
Cool.
Oh, I love the character select music.
Yeah.
And
so
I was like, well, we're gonna have to playing around loads, but there's like almost no load times with this game.
That's absolutely true. You know, ultimately, this is modern hardware running a game that was put out 10 years ago, and the gameplay in that game was fantastic, one of the best that we've ever done. And so we really wanted to give it a matching feature set and really do justice to a game that has really stood the test of time and been one of those classics that a lot of people have really, really grown to love over the last 10 years.
Yeah, and I especially love the idea because, like, it's not that I didn't want to play it, it's but a new way to discover Street Fighter 3. In a way, I've been trying to get to, but who wants to fire up a PlayStation 1 and get it going? You guys want to jump in a match? Grimm, do you think you're ready? Are you too rusty?
Well, I think we want to check out the Trials mode.
Well, we can check out the Trials mode. We can do that
I'm going to delay this as long as I can.
Okay. How long has it been since you played?
I played a little bit last night, but
okay.
Yeah, it's not going to help.
Yeah, let's check out Trials mode. This is where, like, I'm just getting back in. I bought a stick, just getting back into playing fighting games, and I am elbow deep in every Trials mode.
Right. So the Trials mode here is really in-depth and ranges from really easy things, starting off for basic players that maybe not be so familiar with the game, all the way through to more complicated things that players who have been playing the game for 10 years will know, recognize, and love.
Cool.
And it kind of tries to guide people from A to B in that continuum. So, for example, the parry trials, they start off with some really basic stuff, you know, parry this one-hit fireball. And then they get more complicated, like the next one is parry 2 hits of a fireball.
Wow.
But then they get more and more complicated. We have an expert parrying trial, and these things like are parrying full supers and doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh,
as you slowly work your way through it, you of course get to the ultimate Evo moment number 37.
That's pretty great.
What does that mean exactly? Like an actual slice of Evo?
Yeah. So this is actually something that happened at Evo.
Oh, wow.
It's been called the #1 moment in competitive gaming history, where Justin Wong successfully parried all, Daigo Umehara successfully parried all of Justin Wong's super, jumped up and finished him with this crazy combo.
With no health left whatsoever.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And so you can practice that and actually learn to do it here in this menu. And, you know, it'll work you up here. So you don't start here. You start with the easy stuff, and you work your way up to being able to do this. And
can you actually do it?
I can actually do it. It would be better. There's maybe 4 frames of latency on the screen right now, so it's a little bit difficult.
No, that's okay. We're running this through a big capture box.
Yeah,
Who knows what's happening?
But and then we've also got other trials as well, the handicap trials, which emphasize different aspects of gameplay, like making you play Yoon without using Genai Jin, or you know, things that will help people get better at the game by, you know, not combos, not parrying, but just naturally playing the game. How to kick people, how to block correctly, things like that. And then we also have all these combo trials, which walk you through strategies that are effective with each of the characters, kind of from the beginning to the end. And again, those start off pretty easy, just 1 or 2 hits, and then getting more and more complicated and building off of the things they taught you in the earlier pieces.
Love those
kind
loads.
of providing a bridge for new players to become more experienced with the game.
On his own stage, it's so sad.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this on this monitor here, but I'm going to give it a shot for you guys real quick.
All right.
See, this is probably going to be a big help for me to catch up on the, 8 or 9 years I've never played it.
Has it been that long?
I almost got it.
Nice.
What year did Third Strike come out?
It originally came out in 1999.
1999?
Yeah. And then the first console port, I believe, was in 2000.
God, I'm old. Was there any decision that led to, like, focusing on Third Strike before any of the other ones?
Yeah, this was the most fan-requested HD remix port. Capcom really has done a lot of effort with this game to try and listen to the fans and give them what they wanted. So things like the the easy button selects and the introduction of random character select, some of the features we'll be talking about later, sneak peek upload to YouTube.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, some of those features came straight from the fan community and from fan requests. So we try to listen really hard, and we're excited for future fighting games as well. If you have ideas about things you'd like to see in them, please go to Capcom Unity, let us know about them, because we really do listen to that stuff.
Michael Grimm, I think you should take this Capcom stick.
Right.
And you and Derrick
The
need
bell
to battle.
tolls for me.
All right, so
That's
you want to
true.
do a quick match.
Quick match. And yeah, definitely show people the quick button select really fast, because are you going to need to use that, Michael Grimm?
The quick button select?
So
Yes.
go ahead and hit select on the back of the stick there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. And then
Oh,
just
look
hit
at
the
that.
6 buttons, one in a row, and then click save.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's
was
beautiful.
So easy.
And you're done.
All right, here we go.
All right, so why don't you choose your difficulty level here on a scale of 1 to 10? How bad do you want it to be?
Well, let's go with the 6.
A
I like a
6.
6.
All right, we'll go with Dudley then.
All right, I did put money on Grimm earlier, so
Why would
come on,
you
buddy.
ever do
Come on,
that?
buddy. Well, you won the Street Fighter 2 tournament here in the office 2 days
Yep.
ago. What? It's just one more Street Fighter, right?
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
It is kind of the same thing, and there's a lot of strategies and skills and techniques that if you are familiar with other Street Fighter games, will apply to this one. So it's not the case that you're totally necessarily relearning things, but this game still has a lot of unique things that are specific to it and that make it different than other games. So we're excited to be able to bring some of those to our fans.
I've always loved the weirdness of the characters, and just the animation in the frames is just, it's stunning. I love 2D animated games, and this is kind of almost the end of that.
I was going to make sure you guys knew that I was Makoto that were listening, but I think that's obvious.
Yeah, so, you know, this game has a lot of beautiful animations. It's one of the most animated fighting games that Capcom's ever done.
Yeah.
So, for example, the characters have animations for transitioning between crouching and standing, as well as long idle animations when they're just standing there. Like, there have not been a lot of games that have an equivalent just number of animation frames. So we're really, really excited. And that's part of the reason why we didn't try to redraw it like we did with ST or something like that, you know?
Uh-oh.
Check this out.
You should have parried that,
He
Grimm.
throws a rose at you.
Come on, Michael Grimm.
Oh, I got punched in the face.
Michael Grimm. Uh-oh. I wish I had better commentary.
What's going to happen?
Man, it's so sad. Evo just happened. Like, Seth Killian's so amazing at commentary. It makes me feel terrible every time I try. Oh, he's going to kick him.
He's really good.
He's got up, and then there was lightning. And, and I'm bad at commentating. Well, that's awesome, guys. Michael, you'll have a little more time to practice.
Yeah, that's why I'm getting this game.
The game comes out, what, the 23rd?
It does. It comes out the 23rd and 24th of August on PSN and XBLA.
For a nice price.
Yeah, it's $15 or 1,200 Microsoft points. But of course, this game is Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these cool things that we've been showing you guys for the offline feature set, the online feature set is actually even more impressive. We have some of the biggest things about this is the inclusion of GGPO, a major fan request that basically hides lag. It makes the online gameplay experience equivalent to the offline gameplay experience by preserving the integrity of your inputs.
Cool. And wait, and you said something about replays.
That's
like, how
right.
many replays can you save?
You can save hundreds of replays, 200 in your saved replays folder and 100 in your unsaved replays folder.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then you can upload those replays either to our match server or straight to YouTube from within the game.
Yeah, that's really nice.
We even have a feature where you can join a lobby and then stream replays into it with your friends and just watch those replays back and talk about them over the headset.
Like we're doing right now. We can relive your shame, Grimm.
That's
It's all right. It's all right. You got to the 23rd.
So actually, that match that we just played is saved here.
You want to
in
see
the
everything you
local
did wrong?
replays folder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually.
And yeah, you can watch it back, or you can upload to match server, or you can upload to YouTube. So lots of cool stuff.
You know, I actually didn't know what GGPO meant until yesterday.
Really?
Good game, peace out.
Yeah, that is correct.
Wait, is that really what it stands for?
That is really what it stands for. Good game, peace
I
out.
didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's actually developed by one of the guys that runs the Evolution Tournament Series, like one of the founders of it. So you can see here the replay system. You can see the match that we just had being played right back.
In all its glory.
Now, see, Grimm, what you should have done there is not get thrown.
Yeah, and then not get hit. on every wake up.
You should have blocked there, or parried, or maybe
Or
even hit
done
somebody.
anything, yeah.
Yes.
Grimm, that was. Now, what do you? Any final thoughts on that?
I should have picked someone with the Dragon Punch and spammed it. That's what I should have done.
All right, guys.
Always a good idea.
Thank you very much. This was awesome. Thanks a lot, Derrick.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right. August 23rd, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition, PSN, Xbox 360.
That's it.
Awesome. All right, thanks, guys.
See ya.